Hi, my name is Nick, and today's tooltip is going to be on importing and exporting a catalog. There are a couple of different reasons why you'd want to export or import a catalog into Envisioneer. If you're looking to add or export content out to be used in another catalog, you would use the BIM import and export options. If you're looking to keep an up-to-date spreadsheet of your company's pricing, then you need to look at the export and import catalog to text file options. First, we're going to look at the BIM import option. So I'm going to select File, Import, and I'm going to select the BIM to Catalog option. This will allow me to select the file that I want to import from a location on my computer. And I'm going to select the Kitchen Accessories BIM file, and I'm going to click Open. This will bring up the Import Items from a BIM file dialog box. On the left-hand side is the current catalog that you have open, and on the right-hand side is the BIM file that you're looking to import. So on the left-hand side, we can see here that we have specific elements that are part of that current catalog. When we open the right-hand side, we can see that this particular BIM file has interior accessories. You can expand that folder and select the individual elements from within that BIM file and transfer those over. But if you want the entire content of that BIM file, simply select Document and Transfer. This will then transfer all of the elements within that BIM file over to the open catalog that you have on the left-hand side. So now when we open up Elements, we can see Interior Accessories. When I click OK, we are now able to view those elements within our catalog. So if I go to Interiors and select Interior Accessories, I can now see all of the elements that were added in. I'm going to go back to my Building tab, and then I'm going to go up, and you can go the opposite way as well. So if you want to export elements out from Envisioneer, you can select File, Export, and you can export a catalog to a BIM file. Again, on the left-hand side is the current catalog that you have open, and on the right-hand side is the blank BIM file that you're about to create. Again, you can open up the individual elements and refine your search to just individual elements within a certain folder and export those out. We're actually going to select the entire interior lighting folder, and we're going to export that out. So I'm going to select interior lighting, and I'm going to click Transfer. This will again add the elements to that new BIM file that we are creating, and then when I say OK, it will allow me to save this to a location on my computer. So I'm again going to save this to a location, and I'm going to call this Interior Lighting. Once this is saved, I can now send this to anybody that I want that is using Envisioneer, and they can import it into their catalog using the BIM import option. Another reason to export a catalog out is to keep a spreadsheet of the pricing within Envisioneer itself. To do this, what we're going to do is we're going to go up to File, Catalogs, and we're going to select the Export Catalog Items option. And this will allow you to start the export of the catalog to a TXT file. And we're going to save this as Import Export Catalog. And I'm going to save that to a location on my computer as a TXT file and click Save. When it's finished, you'll get a message saying the export is finished. And we're going to quickly just open up Excel so that we can see the format of this TXT file. So I'm going to click Open, and I'm going to navigate to that location so that I can open up that file that we just created. And it's set to All Files. And then we're going to select the Import Export Catalog TXT and click Open. This will ask us to convert it into a delimited file. So we want this to be set as tab delimited so that we can see our actual headings. And I'm going to click Next and then Finish. The very first column is the A column, and this is the product IDs. This column is very important. You do not want to make any changes in here, as these are the product IDs that match up back into Envisioneer's catalog. So again, do not make any changes to column A. The only areas you want to be adjusting are probably your pricing. So under the price option, you can go through and adjust the actual pricing of the elements within this TXT file. So for example here, we have a cookie sheet, and I'm going to change the price of that cookie sheet to be $15. I'm then going to save this as a TXT file, and then I'm going to close Excel. Once I close Excel, it's going to ask me to save, and I'm just going to override the save of the file we just did. And then I'm going to go into Envisioneer. I'm going to go to File, Catalogs, and I'm going to import that TXT file. So now I'm going to select Import Catalog Items. When I select this, it's going to ask me to select the file. I'm going to select that TXT file and say Open. It'll ask me to start importing the catalog. I say OK. Once it goes through, it will tell you that the import is finished. We can say OK. And now under our Interiors tab, when we look at the interior accessories, we can see that we have our cookie sheet. And when I double click on that and I go to the quantity, we can see that price is now attributed to that particular element. So that TXT file can be saved on your computer and updated as needed and then re-imported into your catalog. It may be beneficial to make sure that you create a backup of your catalog before you do imports, so that way you have a backup just in case something goes wrong. We also allow you to export the catalog out for QG purposes, so for Quote Generator. So if you're using the Construction Suite package and you're looking to have this link up with Quote Generator, we can create a CSV file that will allow you to update your pricing in there as well. To do that, we're going to go to File, Catalogs, and we're going to select Element Manager. And this will open up the Element Manager for us. And within the Element Manager, we have the File option. And under File, we're going to select Export Text File. We're then going to export this out as a Excel file. And we're going to select the option here as CSV. So I'm going to change this to be a CSV file. And I'm going to save this to my Documents folder. And I'm going to save this into this location here. I'm going to call it Import Export QG Catalog. So that way I'm giving it a different name so I know exactly what it is. And I'm going to click Save. And the export is now finished. I can say OK, and I can close the Element Manager. I'm now going to open up Excel. And I'm again going to open up that new CSV file that we created. So when I click Open, I'm going to navigate to that location on my computer. And I'm going to open up that CSV file and say Open. I can now see all the different SKUs, descriptions, units, category, and all the different cost and retail values for Quote Generator. I want to focus on column F, as this is the column that you want to be adjusting all your pricing in. So in here, we can adjust the pricing for our individual elements. So if I scroll down to my interior lighting, and I have the first option in that list is the 2-blade ceiling fan, I'm going to make that $250. I'm then just going to click and say Save. I'm going to say Yes, and then I'm going to close down the Excel file. Again, it's going to ask me to save. I'm just going to override the CSV file we just saved. And within Envisioneer, I need to now upload that new CSV file that I'm using as my database. When you do this, you will want to make sure that your file is completely empty, so we're not importing anything into Quote Generator. So if I go to Tools, Analyze, and select Quote Generator, what I can do here is I need to make sure that it is completely empty, like I was saying, and the first option on the list is going to say Envisioneer. I want to get rid of that, so I simply select that row, and then I go and select Delete. So I now have a completely blank report. I can now go to Tools, Data, and I can select Import CADsoft Catalog. This will allow me to navigate to a location on my computer where I have that file that I want to load in, and I'm going to select that CSV file. I then click Open, and I click Start. Now the larger this file is, the longer it will take to load, so I've stripped my catalog down to just a couple of elements so that it doesn't take too long for our video. So here again, we're just going to wait for that to finish. Once it's done, we click Close. We can now close Quote Generator, And if we add in that interior ceiling fan into our drawing, and I go to Tools, Analyze, Generate Quote, Quote Generator will now open, and we will see that particular light fixture has a price of $250 assigned to it. Hopefully this tooltip helps you manage your catalogs in the future. Thank you very much.